What's your name? What's your name? What the fuck? Where you bang? What you bang? What? Oh. Oh, we is live. Somebody had to remind me to get on, but I am here. Ah. Oh, let me see. I can see the whole screen. So y'all, my days kind of ran together, and yeah, we live. What's good? What's good, Sean? What's good, C Circle? Somebody's like, "Amelia, you going live today?" I was like, "Oh, today is Saturday." So yeah, man, I had to go run and grab a little something real quick. And I hope y'all having a good. So I'm surprised y'all. It's cold here, so I know ain't nobody. I got me a hot chocolate because it's cold outside. You know, hot chocolate for the cold weather. Thumbs up this video, please, and please. Ooh. So I hope y'all having a good Saturday today. And it's cold outside. I don't know where y'all at. I mean, it ain't just cold. It's just mostly wind, and it's usually how it is here. It's like usually a lot of wind and not a lot of cold. And this has been a pretty good week. I got a good video coming Monday when I had went to what's the name of that place? Grips Good Eats. It's a place here in Atlanta. So what's what I'm trying to do is because a lot of people been saying, what's local there? Like, give me some local food, some local restaurants. And I've been good. Hope you've been good too. But yeah, a lot of people have been saying, give me some local. Like a lot of people, we know the franchise type of place. Give me something local. So that's what I've been trying to do. Go to some local places like Zesto is pretty local. It's been here since like 1940s and something like that. And then Grips Good Eats is a local restaurant, but it's a little newer, but it's in the hood. And y'all gonna see that video on Monday because it's in the hood. It might get copyrighted. I ain't gonna flex. That video might get copyrighted because there was a lot going on in the background. And it was fun. I had a good time there. I will be going back. They have a lot of other stuff on the menu besides the blue waffle, and they have the red velvet waffle and fruity pebbles, French toast. They had Oreo French toast, honey bun French toast. Um, what else? There was a lot. There was a whole lot. But it's like family owned, like the family works there. And then they kind of, because they had like, people, family members coming in and you ate it, you ate it. That's what I like about it the most. Cause like a few family members, they bring the kids by or something like that. And as soon as they come in, y'all done ate. Felt like you was in somebody's kitchen, kind of thing. So it was cool. It was cool. Y'all gonna see that video. And I'm definitely going back, try to get some other folks to go down there and try their food out. Cause y'all in Atlanta, you definitely got to try this place. It's called Grips Good Eats, and they have some really good. It's hood now. It's on Metropolitan. Anybody that know anything about Atlanta, it's on Metropolitan. It's in the hood, and ain't nothing wrong with the hood. That's where the good food, good food be at. But yeah, I almost forgot about the live. I ain't gonna even flex. I had a lot. I ain't gonna say I had a lot going on, but what was on my mind when I got off work, it's like, okay, I'm trying to go ahead and get some videos edited because it's kind of hard to scramble that in. Like when I get off work now, I don't know if it's because of the time, thing changed as far as it getting dark early. I just feel like it's later. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like I don't know. So I'm gonna try to when I get done with this live, try to go ahead and edit Monday's video, and tomorrow edit Tuesday's video, and then when Wednesday get here, yeah, I'm just gonna take a step at a time. Step at a time, shot, step at a time. I'm really trying my best to get 7 days worth of videos in, but I'm just trying to get the formula of having enough videos for 7 days. Like, man, it's like I work a 4 by 10. I work 10-hour shifts. So that's getting up early and getting off late, really. And when I get off, I would have to cook, record, and had a video ready for the next day. I don't know. I don't know. And then, holidays coming up. So my job around this time of year, they offer unlimited overtime. And really, we can work as much as possible. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm definitely gonna get it done because I'm trying to work overtime 7 days a week because my birthday coming up, and I want to treat myself, and I feel like I deserve to treat myself. I feel like I worked very hard this past year, with YouTube and with my regular 9 to 5 stuff, and I don't know. I want to go somewhere, and then I definitely want to, and then I already know how I am. Like I don't know how to just go somewhere and kick my feet back and have a vacation. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make money, or how I'm gonna make the money back from the trip that I spent the money on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. That's just how I am. But I forgot I said I was gonna I forgot I said I was gonna try to start on going live on what's good, what's good. I can't even get my Rizzo. I ain't got my glasses on. I can't see. I forgot to say I was gonna try to start going live on Instagram because Instagram let you bring people in and stuff like that. So I think that'll be fun. So I'm gonna try to go live on Instagram one of these days. I've been trying to keep up with the Instagram. As y'all notice, I've been doing some promos. I'm learning how to do promo video. Somebody's trying to teach me how to do Final Cut is what it's called editing because right now I use iMovie. iMovie is a little basic. It ain't very basic, but it's a little basic. But the thing about I don't know if any other editing software has this. Thing about iMovie, if y'all never noticed, my green screen is like the clarity is just phenomenal. Just perfect. Like it's just phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why my green screens look because sometimes you can see a shadowy in some people's green screen, not to brag or nothing like that, but sometimes I have really big hands. Sometimes you can see like the shadowy effect, but iMovie has this thing, it's called precision editing. And with precision editing, there's this little notification, or whatever you want to call it at the top. And it's like a little eraser and it brings up this little circle. And you can carry the circle on each different section of the screen and it'll just clear all the anything shadowy, anything that needs to be cleared, it'll clear it up and it just make it pristine. Like that's how I get what is that? PlayStation Network. I forgot I need to cut that off. I don't even play my PlayStation. I used to be into Call of Duty and I used to play Call of Duty a lot and Mortal Kombat online. I used to play Grand Theft Auto online a lot too. But ever since I've been started doing YouTube, it's kind of hard to keep up with my bros, and they've been asking like, "Where you at, bro? Where you at?" I'm like, man, you know, not to say that it's like a kid thing to play games online and stuff like that, but it's just like, bro, like I just ain't got time. Like I can't make. I mean, I could make money off that if my YouTube channel was based off gaming and online. Like I can make. I know how to play Fortnite and all those kind of games and stuff like that. But my time goes to this now, and all my bros just where you at? Because we had this little team or whatever, and we used to all meet up on certain days, and we just click up like 4 or 5 of us and just click up and play Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto online. We have this little gang on Grand Theft Auto. It's pretty cool, but I just haven't had time, and I just got a notification that PlayStation just charged me for something that I don't use, and Netflix. That's damn what? That's 15, $17 I can save every month. That's a moot bang. Yeah. That's what I be trying to think. Like, I'm trying to cut corners. Like, if I'm not really watching Netflix, I haven't watched Netflix in like 6 months, and every month $12.99, $12.99, $12.99, and PlayStation $9.99, $9.99 every month. Like, I can cancel that shit. That's 12 times six. Like, that's a good seafood boil. You know what I'm saying? You have to be smart, and I don't think it's a smart move. So I don't think I'm gonna get on that. Like, I'm canceling. There's a lot of automatic payment things that come out. And I suggest anybody else do that too. Y'all know y'all got these automatic payment things and y'all ain't using this thing like once a day. Let it go. Just let it go. Good. You can save that money. There can be some gas in your car or something like that. I'm frugal. Okay, I'm cheap. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah. mm, that's delicious. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Surprised y'all ain't out cuddled up with Boo or Bay. Well, sitting on the couch. Y'all can't be cuddled up with Boo or Bay watching me. Yeah. A lot of y'all be waiting for Boo or Bay go to work to watch me. It's all good. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Get it in when you can. Get it in when you can. I appreciate it. I don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't think I don't have the understanding as to why some people feel like they have to wait till they go to work to watch me. I don't think I'm provocative or anything like that. I mean, it's definitely a grown man's show. Speaking of that, I was in the lift today, and this lady, I'm hoping to God, because the lady didn't even say nothing. Her mom was driving the lift. I want to say this is her mom. I don't know. I couldn't see in the front seat, so I don't know if it was a little girl or not. And I was just making, because she had pulled up in the wrong spot, and I was just kind of making, jokes as I was walking to the car, really trying to keep her from driving off and leaving me because it was cold. And I was just kind of joking, and I got in the car. She's like, "You are really hilarious." I'm like, "Yeah, you should check out my YouTube." I'm always promoting. I don't care where I go. I don't care if I'm going to McDonald's to get a McRib. Hey, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. Anytime I get into an Uber, well, I don't really like Uber because they cheap. Anytime I get into a Lyft, um, I always hey, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. But I don't know if there was a little girl in that front seat or not. But the mama didn't say nothing. She was like, "You have YouTube?" Yeah, and I want to subscribe. And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And I gave her my YouTube name. But I don't know if there was a little girl in that front seat or not. And her mama gonna be real upset when she watched that chicken video. Yeah, I kind of feel kind of bad about that because I don't know. I should have asked. I was just so excited about getting a subscriber. It didn't really cross my mind to say, "Hey, how old are you?" I don't know. I don't know if you should be watching my videos. Which I honestly, I think the subs kind of make the channels what they are, to be honest, because to me it's just me being, me, it's just me being me. And people, take, I don't know why people take the way I eat like that. Like they just be taking it so serious. Like all these other people, they be eating how they want to eat, and everybody oh, excuse me, sorry. Everybody, they don't be just, saying nothing out the way. 'Cause I feel like ain't nobody gonna run up on me like that. But I don't know. It's just like I be sitting there and I hear a lot of words that I ain't gonna name no names as far as the mukbang channels and in the mute. I said to say mukbang in the mukbang community. I ain't gonna name no names or nothing like that, but I don't even be saying nothing like a lot of these people be saying on their channel. So I don't understand like what the big deal is about the way that I eat. Like I don't understand. Like a lot of these people they be using the word sucking, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say no shit like that, but I don't ever say anything provocative, like, and it always turn into that. I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Like seem like literally every channel eats in a way, like they be doing that old moaning and groaning and going on while they eating and stuff. I don't do stuff like that. Like I don't understand how my channel turned into that. Like I don't get it. Like I don't know. I mean, I let people um form their opinion, I guess, and I don't know. I guess I just feel like I should correct it. I ain't gonna say correct it, but I mean, you feel free to form your opinion. Feel free. Feel free. Hey, feel free. If that's what you feel like you see me doing, I don't care. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. Float, 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 float your boat. Float, 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 float. Holidays coming up. We want to give me some. Y'all want a collard green video? I seen Simply Food TY do his collard greens today. It looked really, really good. And I was thinking I should do some maybe some Thanksgiving videos for the coming up week. I am off on Thursday and Friday, and I still get holiday pay, and I still get 2 floater days to use for that. So, and then I get 2 floater days for Christmas and New Year. So I got like 6 floater days for the end of the year, 6 days of holiday pay, that I can use, and 2 weeks of unplanned days off. Got like 95 hours of overtime. Um, I mean, not overtime, 95 hours of PTO. So I really don't take off like that. Like, I ain't gonna say I'm a workaholic, but I don't really have a need to take off. So I need to start using them days because the year's almost over. And some of that stuff may not carry over. So I need to start using some of my days. But I do say sometimes, like I'll get off work and I'll PTO mukbang day. Like I PTO a mukbang day, maybe like 3 hours, 4 at the most. Um, so I can come home and kind of set up, still get some work money, and then get paid from work for doing the YouTube, and then get paid from YouTube. It's smart, right? That's what I do. I don't use my PTO to sit at home and watch TV and relax and stuff like that. I use my PTO to make more money while I'm making money until I get this money. You know what I'm saying? Because it has to rotate. So that's what I use my PTO for. Not saying that's the best thing to do. Not saying that's the smartest thing to do. Excuse me. But that's what I use it for. I should definitely take some days off because I'll be about to spaz sometimes. It ain't the best thing. It don't be nobody's fault but mine, to be quite honest. Like I ain't got no reason to be spazzing out on nobody or nothing like that. Like just take a breather. Just take a breath. You know what I'm saying? Like last night I was up editing. Maybe like it was like, I don't know, like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, man, I gotta go work in the morning. I forgot I had to be up at like 5 or 6. So I got like 3 hours, if that, of sleep. Come come 7, I had to work at 7:30. And come 7:30, well it was like 7:12. I was like, oh fuck. I gotta work today. It was one of those moments. Like my alarm went off and I just hit it and went right back. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. And then when I ordered my Lyft, I did a shared because I was in such a rush and I don't know. And why I didn't do a regular. So of course, as soon as we get down the road, a shared ride. And then I gotta go pick somebody up. Like I would have made it on time, but I was late for work. And I got a point for being late for work, for staying up late, trying to do YouTube. So I have to make sure, like, even though I'm, very dedicated to YouTube, like I can't neglect my 9 to 5 not right now because YouTube ain't doing it that much. Not yet, Shotty. So when them views and them subs get up there, though, we're gonna be doing some things around, Did y'all see y'all seen the I'm pretty sure y'all did the video with Liiive and Cash Doll. I like that video. I didn't never listen to her music. Only thing I know Cash Doll for is the horse sound. When she be when they be editing the horse sound over her, which I think is hilarious. I hope she doesn't find it offensive or anything like that. I wish Liiive would have asked her like, "How you feel about the horse sound?" Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when she be running and laughing, and they put the sound of the horse. We put the sound of the horse behind her voice. That's the most hilarious thing to me. I don't know why, but it was a good video. I like the way she shines light on people. She definitely shines a good light. You know what I'm saying, on people, and definitely allows you another perspective from what the media, because the media is going to edit people into what they feel, they should be, and if for some reason when these people, are on her videos, on Liiive videos, it always puts them in a different light because, of course, from hearing her music, I saw her as, you know, well, I don't know, I don't even listen to her music like that. I ain't even gonna flex, but um, just from the, how you see music and stuff on Facebook or Twitter or or different videos and stuff like that, and just outtakes of people and just think, just some seeing it from the media perspective. I didn't paint her as a regular person, and that often happens in this game. That often happens in YouTube and whatever celebrity that you're in. The picture is often painted, in a manner that's not necessarily descriptive of who you even is. Like I didn't see her, and when I watched the video, with her with Cash Doll and Be Love, um, she was definitely a normal girl, woman, very humble person, very kind person. You can tell, she was kind of reserved, which is it seemed odd because like, you out here in the media, but I understood where she coming from because that was just like when I was in show choir and stuff like that in school. Like I'm sweating, like we had these big suits on or whatever. And I'm sweating bullets, scared, like scared out of my mind. That's just like when I get on live. Like I don't, well, no, I'm not like when I get on live, but um, I ain't gonna flex. When I first started, I used to sweat. When I first started, before I getting on live, I used to sweat. Like I used to sweat real bad. And people like you trying to oil up your chest, and for clickbait and get views. No, I'm just a little nervous. Like, that's all it was. I was nervous, and that's just like when I was in, I was saying earlier when I was in show choir. Like we on stage and there's thousands of people in the crowd, and you have to sing and dance at the same time, like not missing a beat and not missing a note. Which I don't know if I can do that in my older year. I'm pretty sure I could. I work out a little bit. So, but either way, it's like before we got on that stage, all thing you can see is the crowd, and they just standing there and they just looking. And before they cut the lights on, the only thing you see is they can't see you because it's dark on the stage. But the only thing you can see is heads and faces, and it's just like, oh, and then that music play. Oh man, it's just like the energy and the excitement from the people and from the crowd. It's just turned into a whole nother person. So I understand where she was coming from, as far as her being a reserved person. But when you on that stage and when that the energy from that crowd hit you, just like this, when you behind that camera, when that camera click and it's time to roll and it's time to go, it's just like something else clicks in you and you just go. And and I love that about entertainment. Now that I think about it, I've actually been in entertainment longer than I thought I have actually before YouTube. There's some videos out there. I might find y'all. I don't know, I may not do that. No, I may not do that. It's a little embarrassing. But there are some YouTube for those of you who are interested. I am, now that I think about it, there are videos from my show choir on YouTube when I was in high school, and they were posted, when we was in high school before I even knew what YouTube was like that. So for those of y'all who are interested in finding those videos, and you want a good laugh, there you go. They are there. But yeah. Also, I used to be in the junior organization. Um, they had like the junior fraternities and junior sororities. I also used to be in that. Our version of the Q Dogs was Omega Prep. So when I was in school, I was in also in Omega Prep, which was like a kind of like a mentorship. The Q Dogs used to mentor us and stuff like that. I never saw myself as a Kappa. I never saw myself as kind of an alpha man. I could see myself being an alpha man. Nah, not really. Never saw myself as a Sigma. I was always infatuated by the manliness of the Q dog, and they got the women, and it was just that's what it was, and I loved being around them, and it was very very good mentorship. Those gentlemen, I mean, they were young in their days. I'm pretty sure they didn't know the influence that they were having on young men. So any of y'all out there that has kids and or teenagers and y'all have like those type of programs, sign your kids up for those mentoring type of programs. Because there's a lot of things that I could have been doing, after school illegally. I'm just gonna be real because most of my friends were doing it. They were doing illegal types of things, and to be quite honest, yeah, they're kind of I ain't gonna say they're nobodies now, but I was just actually just mentoring my little cousin on that as far as the decisions that you make as a teenager and how it could affect your outcome as an adult. Because when my friends were in the streets and partying and hanging and doing this thing, I was just on the job. I was at work. They was coming through. When you can get out? Nah, when I get off, I'm going home, going to sleep. That's just, I don't know. This is what I was. When they was out, which I mean, I played football and I played sports with them, every so often, but like literally, I was the kid sitting on the porch reading a book. I was the nerd, so to speak, the weird guy, so to speak. It's what they call me. It is what it is, because they're all, where they are now, and I'm where I am now, and yeah. So, and not to say that that yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is. Like their decisions as a young person affected their outcomes as adults. And I was trying to mentor my little cousin on that the other day. I was like, all this extra stuff that you're doing right now is not necessary. Like we're not the type of men like to feel like we have to like in this family, like we need the type of men that feel like we have to fit in. Like we don't fit in. Like we not the that's not who we are. Like people want to fit in with you. Like we're not the type of men to feel like we have to fit in with somebody. We don't go out and do things to fit in with the group and with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I was just, kind of letting him know, like, you need to, I ain't not to pressure you. I want you to enjoy your young years and your teenage years and, make your mess ups and da 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 da, because we all will, we all have. But you need to understand how detrimental a mess up is because everybody don't get that second chance. There's a lot of kids out there locked up because of unnecessary decisions that they made because they wanted to be cool. And that's what I'm trying to get him to see because he want to be cool so bad. He wants to be the in with the in crowd. And I had to let him know like we're not, I was called weird. I was called so many different names that I don't care to say, when I was growing up because I wasn't, I wasn't necessarily, I grew into who I am. Like I grew into this. I wasn't always this person, because I wasn't necessarily, the guy to, jump up to ask somebody on a date to prom or you know what I'm saying? Because they always ask me. And I think now that I'm older, I understand, why they call themselves picking on me and calling me names and stuff like that when I was younger, is because, they had to, go to the far length and far extreme to, get the things that I was, just came to me. And I wasn't, the talkative person. I wasn't the most out there person. Um, I just wasn't. And, 2 and 3 girls would ask me, do you want to go to prom? And, do you want to go to this dance? And can you be in my cotillion? And, things like that. But they had to do, the extra to get that type of thing, get that type of attention. And I didn't. So now that I'm an adult, I understand. But back then, it kind of, not putting me in a depression kind of state, but it was like, why y'all picking on me like that? Like, I didn't understand as a kid, what I'm saying? Like the potential of who I was as a person. I didn't see myself, I guess, in the mirror. I didn't really look myself in the mirror because I didn't really want to. But, I had other things going on. So, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, I was trying to get my little cousin to realize I'm like, you have to grow into the person that you will be and will become, but the things that you're doing right now are going to lead you into that person. Like although it's okay to go out and have fun, but you have to begin at this particular age to build up some type of discipline towards something, whether it be getting up and mowing the yard on Saturdays or getting up and cleaning the house or, you know, just getting up and doing something that gives you a certain distinctness of discipline because you'll be all over the place. Like you like if my grandma went on my ass the way that she was, and I ain't gonna lie, like I said this before, like I almost hated my grandma because she disciplined me and I didn't feel that she disciplined the other kids. And she literally didn't. Like they smoke, they drink, they do all these things, and I ain't gonna say they nobodies today. I ain't gonna say that. That's not the correct word to use, but they're not in a position to um be self-reliant, should I say. Like they couldn't just jump out there in the water and know that they're gonna swim because they don't have that mentally, because she was always there giving handouts, giving handouts. In high school, my grandma told me I better not get no job. She told me, focus on school, don't get no job. But I've never been the person to depend on nothing from nobody. If I wanted to go to prom and I wanted to wear this kind of suit, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wear this kind of suit. If I want this, if I want to go on this trip, I don't want to not go on this trip because you say, even though I know you got the money, you say, no, I'm not spending this money because I don't feel like, your grades, which I always had good grades. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't that person. If I want to do something, I want to do it the way I want to do it, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. And you're not going to tell me that I'm not going to do it. So I went and got a job anyway. Sure did. Went and got a job anyway. And when I tell you she was pissed hot at my mother, she was pissed hot at me. And she was pissed. She was mad. Let me tell you how mad. She was so mad on that very day. She said, don't ever, you know what I'm saying? Since you feel like you can go out there and you can be grown and you can do your thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm cutting you off. And she did from that day. Like, no more two pair of fresh all white forces every 2 weeks. I'm talking about my step grandmama now. I say grandma because she raised me like my grandma. But yeah, no more of this, no more jabos and you know what I'm saying, no more, nothing, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was like you on your own now. So ever since then, like, I've been doing my thing. Like, I always been doing my thing. Like, I always been, kind of on my own. And then when it was time to leave, like, I left Mississippi. I think I had like 100 and something dollars. I left Mississippi like 6 years ago with 100 and something dollars, and that was it. Like, I didn't know where I was gonna stay. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't have a car. Um, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. Only thing that I can say, never once did I not feel that that spirit was behind me and backing me up. And that was the only thing that helped me. And that was the only thing that kept me, was knowing, like, even if I ain't had nothing but a penny, he gonna make sure, I make it. He gonna make sure I'm good, or else he wouldn't put me in a position to be able to leave. So throughout this journey, throughout, leaving home, and throughout anything that I've done on my own, that's the only thing that's, really, really kept me, was that spirit in, behind me, just saying, like, you good, quit tripping, you good. So yeah, needless to say, I don't even know how I got on this subject. Um, that's um that's what I was kind of trying to get in my cousin head. Like, you know, if you feel like you're around somebody that, don't necessarily have your best intentions, what I'm saying, they probably jealous of what you have. You're a single child. And with I've never been a single child. I've never been a child. Well, I was a child, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never been like you growing up with a mom, and he don't understand. Even then, when I tell him, like, way before I was the age that you are now, I lost my mom, so I can't necessarily tell you a lot of things because I wasn't parented. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lost my mom at a very young age. I wasn't parented. Now when I say I wasn't parented, I don't mean my grandma, my auntie, my uncles, granddad, all them people weren't there. It's a difference. Like, it's a difference between the energy of a parent being there, and I wasn't parented. I didn't have that mother and father figure. It was only so much that they could do, and the generation of who they are is, as long as you got food on your table and a roof over your head, that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't necessarily feel like they had to do the parent thing, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, they provided the roof, they provided the food. Like, everything else you have to figure out on your own. And that's pretty much what it's been. Like that's pretty much what it's been for me. Like, I ain't gonna say it's unfortunate, because um I wouldn't be who I am today. Without the things that they did teach me, as far as like ironing clothes and cooking, and I didn't necessarily see, within the message at the time. I just thought, like, why everybody else ain't ironing clothes? Why everybody else ain't clean? You know what I'm saying? Why everybody else ain't? Why everybody? She knew that there would become a time, and grandparents are able to see, who the ones are and who the ones are not. You know what I'm saying? She knew, she knew that there would become a time that I would probably be on my own and she wouldn't be there, and she wanted to make sure that I had enough diligence and enough discipline. When my alarm clock go off in the morning, I'm taking my ass to work and going to get that money. You know what I'm saying? But I guess she knew the other kids as far as, who they are, and who she felt that they would become, that she would have to be a parent for them for probably the rest of their lives. And I understand now, but I didn't then. I almost hated her. I ain't gonna say I hated her, but I had a very strong dislike because I just wanted to be a kid, and I didn't necessarily see the message in the message like, yes, you are a child as long as you're in my house, but at the same time, you're not my child. And it wasn't that kind of treatment, but in a sense, it was because, the actual children, got the things that actual children get from their parents. And I would be on the sideline like, damn, like, damn, like, like that's fucked up, in my eyes, I was just like, damn, like, you gonna treat me different than you treat your own child? You know what I'm saying? Like, you saying I'm a child in your house, but am I really? You know what I'm saying? It was always that kind of thing, but I didn't have a mental, aspect of it. Like, that's her actual child. Like, she has to give a certain, breastfeed in a sense. She has to breastfeed because this is her actual, womb. Like, this is her actual child. And they need, that's the thing that they need. But like I said, I didn't have a mom, I didn't have a parent. So I didn't understand, that children need that thing from their parents, like on a almost constant basis. Like, I didn't understand. I just, thought it was fucked up, like, to be quite honest. And I'm sorry to cuss, but I was just like, growing up all my life, I was like, this is so fucked up. My life is just so fucked up. Like, this is so fucked up. Like, why am I having to go through this in life? Like, I just always mentally, felt that way growing up. Like, why are you treating me like this? Like, I'm just, the evil, not the evil stepchild, but the, what do they call it, the stepchild or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that, but I didn't have the understanding like a parent's actual child needs that feeling of nurture. And I felt like I needed it too, but I just didn't feel like I was getting it. But she didn't owe that to me. I wasn't her child, you know what I'm saying? She gave me to a sense of everything that she could, and she didn't mistreat me, and it wasn't nothing like that. But yeah, it was fucked up. And sorry to cuss, but yeah. But anyway, I don't even know how I got on that subject. I don't know how I be getting on any subject. I just be flowing. I just be talking, y'all. If anytime y'all tired of hearing me talk, just let me know, and I'll shut up. But yeah, just giving a little history, back history of my childhood growing up. Um, a lot of things that I'm coming into realization of as as the ages are going up and not backwards. You know what I'm saying? Why things are the way they are, why things were the way they were, and it just kind of is what it is, and that's what I'm kind of trying to get my some of my folks to understand. Like, things was the way they was, and it could be unfortunate, and we can live in that unfortunate, but I'm not, I'm not. I'm not. That's honestly that's why my town where I'm from is kind of a small town, and it's small enough to where those things of misfortune are always hitting you in the face. That's why I had to go. Like, I had to leave. Like, on my way to work every single day. Like, who in a right mind on their way to work every single day wants to pass by their mother's grave? Like, who in a right mind? Like, in a right mind. And like, I was over it. Like, I was over it. I was really over it. And I couldn't do that no more. Like they, my grandma, she the kind of person like she like to take flowers out there, and they like the remembrance type of thing or whatever. And it just wasn't like that. Just ain't like I just I couldn't do it no more. Like, I couldn't do it no more. Like I just couldn't do it no more. And it was just too much. Like I just couldn't. Like every day I go to work, no matter what way I go to work, no matter where I work at, like I have to look at like because her grave is like right by the street, and I have to look at her tombstone every single day for the rest of my life. I know, and I ain't saying like I don't want to remember her. I don't want to, but I mean, it just wasn't the best of memories, to be quite honest. Like it really wasn't. Um, it just really wasn't the best of memories, and I just kind of want to move on with my life. And they still do today would be my mom's whatever birthday. I don't even remember when her birthday is, to be quite honest. I know that sounds harsh. Um, I don't even remember. But they still do that whole thing. They still do, oh, this was mom's favorite food, and they still do that. And your mama, she liked. I'm like, I'm tired of hearing about it. To be quite honest, it's been 20 years, and I'm quite over it. I'm quite over the sadness. I'm quite over the depression. I'm over it. I'm ready to move on with my life, but I feel like I can't because y'all are still stuck in that time, and I can't. It's not mentally healthy, and whenever y'all thinking about it, it's never a good moment because there were good moments, but the majority of the moments were not so good, and I'm over it. I'm quite over it. I am over it. Like my job offers therapy. Every time I sign up for the therapy, B Love reminded me when she was talking about her therapist the other day. Every time I sign up for the therapy, and the day that it's time to go, I just kind of back out because it's like I'm ready to let it go. I'm ready to deal with it, but at the same time, it's just like I'm not. Like I just don't want to deal with it. I just want to put it, in the back of my mind. And but the thing about it is, like, if it's in the back of your mind, it's still in your head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready to move on with my life, but I feel like I can't move on with my life until I let this one thing go. Like I really, really feel like I can't move on with my life because it's really holding me back from a lot of things. And I'm gonna try it again. I recommend therapy to anybody. Like I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try the therapy thing again. I'm gonna sign up for it. It's free. My job offers free therapy. So I'm gonna try it again, and I'm gonna keep trying it. Even if I don't go the next time, I'm just gonna keep at it I um work up the courage to go. Like I'm ready. I'm ready to live. I'm ready for my smile to be genuine. I just finally, kind of ousted that to my little brother. He was kind of he was young, and when you're young, memories and images of things can kind of be portrayed a little differently, and you have to understand like this was somebody's sister, this was somebody's mom, cousin, daughter, and none of these people have lost a sister, mom, cousin, or daughter ever in life. So he didn't understand where the silence came from when it happened. He didn't necessarily understand, that none of these people knew how to grieve. None of these people knew how to cope. None of these people knew how to deal with things. So if they didn't know how to deal with it within themselves, like how is they gonna teach you? So I was I just kind of came out and said some things to hopefully that helped him. I feel like it did because I think his spirits kind of changed a little bit. When I just kind of told the truth about what actually occurred that night and what actually happened because I've been living with it and I've been living with it because I didn't, I was there, and I never would talk about it. I never would say nothing. It's just something that I've been living with in my head for going on 20 years, and I wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't say nothing because I didn't want to portray the the actuality of her passing to my grandma and to my aunt and to my sister and to my brother. I just was holding it in all these years, And he was tired of the silence, and I just kind of came out and and said, because I was honestly tired of holding it in. I was honestly tired of thinking about it and being the only one to know. And it was, he felt, that him not knowing does not want to be my friend tonight. But yeah, what I was saying was ultimately, from the night that it happened, my ultimate goal was to be a big brother. And my ultimate thing was to not have him know what I saw. And when it happened, I pushed him in the room and I locked the door. And I ain't gonna state the specifics of what happened. I made one day, but I won't 2 day because I don't feel like talking about it. But and I allowed the house to clear out, without him ever being around. And his whole thing was, the only thing I can remember, at 7 years old, was going into a funeral and I didn't even know who was in the casket because y'all never told me she was dead. And in our mind, we was like, she never came back home, so we thought you knew. And in his mind, we used to almost damn near live in the hospital. Like there were times to where my grandma, she, had to work and my aunt had to work, and we would get off the school bus at the hospital, and the hospital, had like extra beds in the room, and we'll make the couch into a bed, and then we'll get like these little meal vouchers, and we'll go to the cafeteria and get food and stuff like that. Like we literally lived in the hospital at times, with my mom. We had a home, but she was just sick a lot, and like we literally lived in the hospital, growing up. And it was in his mind, she was just at a hospital, but he didn't understand the day, that we went shopping for clothes, and he didn't understand, and we all thought he knew. We all thought he understood, and he didn't understand, and he didn't know until yeah, he didn't know. And I thought he knew. I really thought he knew, but he didn't know. I really thought he knew. So it really bothered me. It really bothered me. And I thought he knew. I did. I thought he knew, but he didn't know. And when he was telling me that, I was just like, I thought you knew. Like I really thought he knew. I did. I really thought he knew. And I didn't understand all these years like what was bothering him. And then when he told me that, I was just like, I really thought you knew. And that really bothered me. Like that really, really bothered me. Like it really did. And because I thought he knew. But yeah, so yeah, I just kind of came out and just kind of told a little bit of what happened, and I think he got a little clarity and a little clarification, and a little closure, I guess. Um, yeah, I think he got a little closure, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm definitely gonna go to this therapy session. I am. I'm a go. Like one day I'm gonna work up the courage, to go. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't even know how I got on the subject. Um, yeah, so we can talk about something else. I don't even know how I got on the subject. We're gonna talk about something else. But either way, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got a lot of things to deal with. Um, I, as everybody else do. We human. Everybody human. You know what I'm saying? Like we are human. We are all the way human. But it's a lot of things that I need to deal with before I think some things can occur and happen in my life. I think there's a lot of things that I need to deal with in me first, and then I feel like other things will begin to flow in. But that's really why I don't even be want to go home like that. Like I don't even like going home. It's just too much. Y'all didn't see that. It's just too much. It's just too much. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's why I vlog. Like that's really why I vlog. Because it definitely has made me deal with some things that ultimately I never would have probably dealt with, and I would have probably kept on the back burner. And it just really makes me just put it out there, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, yeah, I know, but do I really know? Like, do you even know yourself sometimes? You know what I'm saying? So it definitely has made me deal with a lot of things, and the Lord works in mysterious ways is all I can say. He works in mysterious ways. So I do recommend anybody, um, what I'm saying, if you got things that's going on, I'm saying this to myself when I say this. If you got some things going on, you feel like you need to talk about and stuff like that, go see somebody. 'Cause it ain't healthy. It turns into this ultimately. It's like I was such a strong person for so many people for so many years. And then when I got older, I didn't even have enough strength for myself. And it's just like now I have zero tolerance for anything, and I have zero patience. I ain't gonna say zero patience, but like I just don't really care to entertain a lot of stuff. And it has nothing to do with other people. And that's friendship wise, that's relationship wise, that's you know, in anything. And that's not necessarily the healthiest thing. Like you should be able to have friendships and relationships and different things like that. But um a lot of outcomes has put me in a position to where I just don't feel like dealing. I don't feel like I get very bored by somebody. We could be having a good conversation. You say one wrong word, I'm just like, okay, I don't want to talk anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm very protective, overprotective of my energy and my space, and I'm to myself a lot of times. I'm to myself, and it's probably due to some things. Somebody said, story time. No, not a story time tonight. One day it will be. I can guarantee y'all. One day it'll be a great story time. But I don't feel like dealing with it right now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't feel like talking about it. I just don't. I just don't want to deal with it right now. I know I can't always do that, but right now I am. I really don't want to deal with it. Like I really don't want to deal with it. It's like the more I want to deal with it, the more it come up. Cause like the older he get, the older my brother get, he just now he just like, okay, I'm tired of y'all keeping stuff from me. Like I'm tired. It's like, dude, you really don't want to know. You really don't want to know what I have to wake up to not some days, but every single day for me in my life for the past 20 years has been a replay of the same event every single day of my life. And it will not go away. Like it just won't go away. It will not go away. Like I can be having the happiest moment. I can be, somewhere on vacation. I can be anywhere, and it just won't go away. It's just like stuck in my head. And I felt my role as a big brother was to protect you and to keep you from having to think about what I had to witness and what I had to see. And even though my sister is my big sister, you know what I'm saying? Like I even felt the protectiveness of her and my grandma. Like, that was her daughter. I felt the protectiveness of her. I'm only 9 years old, 10 years old. Even my aunt, so I just saw how hurt they was. And I just felt that I had to protect them. And the only way that I could protect them was to not talk about it and not say anything. So from 9 years old all the way up until now, we never really had a sit down of, hey, what actually happened that night? You know what I'm saying? Like we never have had that. And it's been locked up in my head all these years. And I never said nothing because I felt that I didn't want to be selfish in, making them live their lives, traumatically. I felt that if I, walked around and I smiled, that everybody else would smile. And it worked. It ultimately it worked, but my smile wasn't authentic and it wasn't real and it was fake. All these years, it wasn't an authentic smile. It was only to keep everybody else around me happy. while deep down inside I wasn't happy myself. So that's been the story of my life. To be quite honest, that's been the story of my life. And it's like I just been trying so hard to protect other people, you know what I'm saying? That, I just neglected myself, I really did. So now in my older years, now it's like I'm selfish. And now it's just like I'm selfish with myself and I'm selfish with my energy. I'm selfish with my time. And I just feel the need to, find my own self and find my own happiness. And if that means, cutting out a lot of things and people and circumstances and situations, that's just what I've been doing. And it's been working because I have a nice, beautiful smile now, and I'm happy, and I can genuinely smile now, and it's authentic, and I feel good about myself. And I smile in the mirror when I wake up in the morning, and and I sing, and it's just nice. It's nice. It's very nice, and it's genuine. It's a genuine smile now, and it feels good, and I feel like I've given myself some closure on some things. But I think ultimately what it's gonna come down to, I'm gonna have to say something. And I think when I was a kid, if I'm not mistaken, plug my phone up. I think when I was a kid, if I'm not mistaken, I tried to make attempts to say something. And my aunt, the one that y'all met, she was just like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear that. And my grandma, she was just like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear that. And just all these times when I try to talk about it, and it's just like, no, no, no. You know what I'm saying? No. And I think they knew what I was trying to hint around to do, was kind of get it off of my chest. But at the same time, they didn't even want to, they didn't even want to deal with it. They just wanted to remember her as they remember her. Like they didn't even want to deal with it. So after so long, it was just like, okay, I give up. And I know they didn't mean it in a malice way or any harmful way or nothing like that. But after so long, I just kind of gave up. I was just like, you know what? I just keep it to myself. And as far as my brother and my sister, they never asked. I don't know if my little brother asked, and if he did, I wouldn't have told him, and I still won't tell him. He think I told him. If he see this video, he's probably gonna be a little upset. But I told him partial things, but I didn't really say what happened because I still don't feel that nobody should have to live with that. And it's just something that I live with every day. And it's just something that I'm going to take to my grave, to be quite honest. I probably will never say. I probably never will say what happened. I'm just going to be honest. I probably never will say. I'll probably just take it to my grave because I just want them to live happy lives. Like they think, like he thinks he wants to know, like he really thinks he wants to know. But I'm just like, dude, you really just want to go and live your life not knowing. I know it hurts. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to know, you know, as far as things from your childhood and things about your mom and stuff like that. I know you want to know, but you really don't want to know. And you really, you want a good night's rest and, what I'm saying? You want to wake up, in good thoughts and, things like that. Like you don't want to wake up with stuff like that on your mind every day for the past 20 years, like I have, sacrificed my thoughts for. But it is what it is. Like that's just a sacrifice that I chose to make a long time ago as far as keeping the happenings of my mom's death a secret. It's just a sacrifice that I chose to make on that night that it happened. I chose to make that sacrifice. I chose to keep that to myself. I said I would never tell my brother and my sister what happened to their mama. Like I would never, because I want them to be happy. But I feel like even with them, I feel like it may be hurting them more to not know. You know what I'm saying? But I really know, like I really, 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 really know they don't want to live with that. They think they do. but they really don't. And I don't want them to have to, because I don't want them. I want them to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like not knowing is better than knowing in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I wish I didn't know. I wish I wasn't there. You know, and that's just real. Like, that's just the truth. Like, if I could just remember the last thing being a happy moment, that would be nice. I wish I had that luxury. To me, that's a luxury in my eyes. Like, my phone about to die. I could be tripping and get on a low battery. But yeah, I don't know how I got on the subject of my childhood. Tears and all, tears and all. People, I think it's normal. I used to think it wasn't normal, but it's normal. It's a part of life. It's a part of grieving. It's a part of dealing with it. Grieving has no time limit and period for anyone who's ever lost anything or anyone. You know what I'm saying? So pop a bottle with that bottle opener. You already have. Mm. I don't know how anything be missing these big soup cooler, but yeah, grieving and loss has different time periods for everybody, but don't let nobody tell y'all how to deal with something and how to grieve and how to get over something traumatic in your life. Do it with do it at your time period. Unfortunately for me, I won't ever have the opportunity to fully you know dismiss it. I think a therapist may help though. I think it may help. Because maybe if I'm not, I don't know. I think it may help, but I don't. I know it won't completely, because like I say, I am never gonna tell. I'm never gonna say nothing. I vowed to myself at the age of 9 years old that I'm willing. Like, I sacrificed it, my mentality. At the age of 9 years old, I said I am willing to live with this for the rest of my life, without telling my brother, my sister, my aunt, and my grandma. Like, I'm willing to live with this for the rest of my life. And that was just a sacrifice I made it at a very early age. And I said I would never say nothing, and I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it. I know it sounds crazy. Um, yeah, I really do. I think it will. I think it will in a certain aspect, but like I say, um, due to the circumstances of my situation, um, it won't completely, because I will still, like, excuse me, I will still know. Like, in my mind, I still know. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. There. But yeah, in my mind, I still know. And so I know that it will never completely, and it's gonna mess up a lot of things. Like, I've already accepted it. I've already accepted it. Like, I accept it's gonna mess up a lot of things for me. I won't. There's a lot of things I won't be able to have. Um, as far as certain things. There's a lot of things I won't be able to have, because my mentality, my mental, won't allow it. Won't coexist. It won't. It just won't. It won't coexist. A lot of things won't. And I've accepted it. Like, I accepted it a long time ago. Like, I was willing to sacrifice all of that, so that they could live their lives with what I felt was a happier life. What I felt, but it seemed like it's hurting it even more. Not saying nothing is what it seemed like, to be quite honest. Like, it really do, really, really do. But yeah, that's a little snippet of my childhood. That wasn't even a snippet, to be honest. That wasn't even a snippet. Ugh, that wasn't even a snippet. Like, that wasn't even a snippet. Like, that wasn't even a snippet. Like, that wasn't even a snippet of my childhood. Like, y'all have no freaking idea. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's a whole movie. I don't even lie. It's a whole movie. It is a whole movie. Like, that wasn't even a small bit. But I find ways. you know, um, like I said, I think that's why I'm um I'm so favored when it comes to the spiritual, because it's just like he knows like he was the cause of the situation. And I feel that, I was, the sacrificial lamb, for people around me to, you know live a happier life, I guess. I really do sometimes feel like I was sacrificed for the better good of other people, and I accepted it, and it is what it is at this point. I ain't gonna say, sacrifice sounds like such a harsh thing, but it's not. It's really not, because ultimately, when you're being used, by the Spirit, it's like you're always favored. You're always in His favor, and you never really miss out on anything. To be quite honest, like you never really miss out on anything. Like you have everything that you need. Everything is at your fingertips. Like anything that you set your mind to, your favorite. So um, the what some people would consider a downside of it is you're constantly, giving energies of happiness and culpability, should I say, if that's a word. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just constant, it's constant. And you're getting it as well. You're getting the energy back at you. It's karma. You get the good energy back. But it's just like, how come these people out here, you know, get to, have somebody to comfort, what I'm saying? Not that I don't have nobody to comfort me, but it's just like, how come they get to be those people? And it just seems like everybody else walks around in life so, comforted and so, not necessarily happy, but it's just like they just walk around, I don't even know the word I'm looking for. It's like everybody else just walks around not necessarily free. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's just like I'm constantly being put in a position to help someone cope into a better position, you know what I'm saying? And I accepted it. I accepted the role of that. I'm grateful that he, you know, my grandma told me a long time ago, he's like, the Lord got his hands on you, and he ain't gonna let you go once he put his hands on you. I didn't understand it. And she told me a long time ago. And I didn't understand it. And the older I get, I understand it. But I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was to be used. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the favor that comes with it and the blessings that come with it, because it's a constant blessing. Like, it's a constant blessing. Like, if you, follow, his will and his word, like, you're constantly blessed. Like, there's nothing that you can't have. Everything is at your fingertips. But the thing about it is, like, you're being used. Like, it's just like, there's no other way to, say it. Like, you're constantly being used, and you're constantly being put into a position to bring positivity into environments. But it's just, sometimes it's just like, where's my positivity? Where do I get it from? But you get it from putting it out. And but it's like, sometimes I want somebody to walk up to me and say something good and say something nice. And not to say it doesn't happen, but you know, it's like, why me? And and the thing about it is, like, you don't question it. Like, it's just not something that you do. Like, it's like, you don't question it. You just, have an understanding that you was put into a position to be used. And I accept it now. I totally accept it. I totally accept it. I'm okay with it. I accept it, and it's what it is at this particular point. But because it's just like, it's honestly, it's a blessing, honestly, because it's like, there are no moments of not having favor in my life. Like, there are no moments, like, nothing is like, I constantly have spirits around me that you know, keep me sane, keep me, able to cope, keep me safe from harm, literally. Like, there's a lot of situations I've been in that a lot of people probably wouldn't have made it out of. But it's just like this, them spirits is always there. And so it's like, you get the blessing of the spirits when when you're being used and when you're favored in that manner. It's just like, nothing can come against you, literally. Nothing, in no situation. Nothing can come against you. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. And it's just like every moment of what you feel should be unhappiness and necessarily a downhearted kind of moment. It's just it isn't allowed. You're not allowed into negative environments, and negative environments are not allowed into you. Is because it's just like this constant force field is around you, and if anything negative is going on way down the way, them spirits don't even let you walk in that direction. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if anything, if anybody's trying to come at you in any kind of BS and da 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 da, something is going to occur. I can guarantee you. I put my right hand up. I can guarantee you something will occur within the setting of where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like something will occur to keep you out of every bad situation. I kid you not. Like I would not lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie. I swear I wouldn't lie to you. Is it so? That's why I say I'm good with it. Like I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm definitely good with it. That's why I went ahead and did the YouTube thing. I was like, if this is the case, you know what I'm saying? Like if this is the case, um, and I got the armor and the strength, you know what I'm saying? The armor God around me all the time like that, and the spirits are gonna make sure I succeed all the time. Why not put it towards something? So that's why I was like, let me just do YouTube. And here we are. Here we are. Here we are on today. So you know what I'm saying? It's good. So everything is Gucci. Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Even this moment I just had tonight, he put it in a position to where he knew, what I'm saying, there would become a time in my life where I would have to begin to deal with things. I would have never had that moment if, I didn't have this platform. Like I would have never had that moment. Like I would have still been, even though like I say, I still have things that I never talk about. I would have never allowed that moment out of me like that. Like I would have never in a million years allowed that to happen. I would have kept up this front and this bold front, like ain't nothing going on, and I ain't bothered, and I'm the strong guy in the family. You know what I'm saying? Never would I have had that moment. So I'm thankful for every moment. I'm thankful for this moment. That's why I be so. That's like I be genuinely thankful for y'all. Like I would have never, like a lot of things, never. I would have never ever talked about, ever planned on talking about it. I was quite content with never talking about it again in my life. Um, Never going back home. Uh, all that, never, for real. So, like I said, I'm gonna see a therapist. I'm probably gonna sign up for it again on Monday, and hopefully I can go this time. And I recommend it to everybody else too. You have things that you feel like you need to, talk about. You know what I'm saying? I heard it ain't even a lay back on the couch type of thing. It's just, discretion and, letting things off your chest so you can live on and have a happier life. And I wish blessings on everybody and happy lives on everybody. And, happy New Year's. Hey, New Year's, Christmas coming. Thanksgiving even came. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I just wish blessings on everybody because um, that's why I try to, find laughter and a lot of stuff. 'Cause I know what it feels like to not be in a good space. And a lot of things trigger me into, not being in that good space. So a lot of times I can't be around a lot of people. People don't understand anything. I'm just like, what do you call it? Not nonchalant, but what do you call it? Like they just think I'm standoffish. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people think I'm standoffish because I don't be in certain groups and certain crowds. But it's just like they don't understand things. Certain things trigger me. And antisocial, yeah, antisocial. A lot of people think I'm antisocial. They don't understand like certain things do really trigger me, and I don't want you to be in the path of that. It ain't your fault. You know what I'm saying? Why would I selfishly put you in that position? So I just say to myself, like, it's not your fault. Like, it's nobody's fault. It's my fault. I chose to live this way. So it is what it is. You said what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get my greens tomorrow and go ahead and clean my greens. I'm gonna cook them. I like to cook my greens um, ahead of time and ziplock them up in all the juices, and then freeze them, and then take them out and thaw them and let them, heat up for the actual Thanksgiving day. I think my roommate getting a ham and turkey from work, so I like to do what's good. What good, Brittany? Y'all, we be tripping out the comments. Me and Rick, y'all have to go read the comments. Um, but I like to do like a peach, um, instead of like this peach puree, and you can instead of doing like the pineapple and cherry thing. I don't really like the pineapple and cherry thing. I like to kind of give it a not a bath, but kind of rub a peach puree on it. So what you do is you rub it and then you let it cook in that peach puree. Because I do the spiral cut ham, by the way. Yeah, I'm getting ready. I will tomorrow. I'm starting tomorrow. I usually start the weekend before. But yeah, I do a spiral cut ham already pre-cut. And then I do a peach puree, but I cook it with the peach puree first because the spiral cut is already cooked. But I like a browner ham. Some people do cold ham. I Either one is fine, but I kind of like a warm room temperature ham. But yeah, I do a peach puree, and I cook it a little bit maybe so I can get the juices of the peach because it has like little peach pieces. It's really good, and it gets down in there. And then I glaze it again, but on a higher temperature so you can get a crisp of the peach puree on top. Boy, I tell you that ham is he need to be if he ain't sleep. He's stealing my socks and chewing on them. So yeah, I do that, and then on my turkey, do my own little turkey, thing. What I'm saying? I like a little brown. I like my turkey more browner on the outside. I do that the night before, usually maybe sometimes 2 days before. I go ahead and brine. I don't do deep soak brine. Um, if anything, I mean do a little apple and orange juice because the acidity will keep the moisture in the turkey. You won't have a dry turkey. Just a little, something out there for you folks. Um, and then maybe like peppercorn or whatever you like, whatever you like. And then I season it. So some people season and then let the seasoning kind of soak in before, but I like a moist seasoned turkey. So my phone probably about to die. I don't know why it won't let my phone charge while I'm on it. Like it's so stupid. But or is it plugged in? It might not be plugged in. Oh no, but yeah. So I'm gonna do a pan of dressing, not a little small pan of dressing, not stuffing. We eat dressing in the South. If y'all want to see, I don't know, a lot of people don't eat dressing, so I may not do a video on the dressing. And if y'all want to see a video, y'all let me know. But either way, I may not. I may do a video on the mac and cheese because everybody thinks they know how to do mac and cheese. Everybody named Mammy think they know how to make some mac and cheese. So I'm gonna show y'all how to make a little minuscule, because I can't give you my recipe, but I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of something on how to, because I like moist. I like cheesy. I like stringy, cheesy, but I like very moist, very moist mac and cheese. It's like almost a saucy but stringy. Some people can't do it. Some people mac and cheese be like a block. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with the block. My grandma would be a little block sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Uh, so I might do a mac and cheese. I'm gonna do one pie and one cake, a sweet potato pie. I may show y'all how to do a sweet potato pie because everybody think they know how to make sweet potato pie. I'm gonna do pumpkin pie. In the South, we do sweet potato pie. Make sure y'all how to do that because everybody don't know how to get it to where it ain't stringy when you eat it. I like a smooth, creamy sweet potato pie. I don't like no strings in my sweet potato pie. That is not delicious. Okay, so I may do um, I may do a sweet potato pie video. I don't know. I think about it. and I'm making one cake. So that's dressing, mac and cheese, greens. I like the smoked turkey meat in my greens. So dressing, mac and cheese, greens, a ham, a turkey, one cake, one pie, and that's it. I ain't doing a whole lot. I ain't doing a whole lot. I ain't doing a whole lot. I'm just doing a little bit. I'm not doing a whole lot. I ain't doing a whole lot of cooking. Not this year. Y'all check out that video from last year. I can do that. I got my. I lost my good cast iron. My grandma gave me her cast iron skillet one time, and I lost it. When I tell you, she ain't never gave me nothing else in life. She was so mad. I lost a good cornbread skillet. She was so mad, and that skillet. She hadn't had that skillet for like a generation or two, and I lost it. I lost it. She was mad, but yep. Usually I'm on the phone with my grandma when I'm cooking every year. It's like I just can't seem to remember every single step, or maybe I just want to talk on the phone with her while I'm cooking. It's just our thing, we talk on the phone while we cooking. She be cooking on her end, I be cooking on my end, and what I'm supposed to do with this, what I'm supposed to do with that, what I'm supposed to do with this. But yeah, either way, we've been on this live for quite some time. Well, that's what I wanted this to be. I wanted us, it's a team and we fam and it's a family. I wanted us to, laugh together, cry together, rejoice together, celebrate together. And, I wanted this to be a space, but in order for me to offer that space to y'all, I had to offer it from within myself. So I had to have y'all, I need y'all to understand, I can't say, y'all are welcome to come into this space and be this kind of person. And I'm not offering, the same energy. So I want y'all to keep that energy. And hopefully I'm able to keep this energy. I know I will, because ain't nothing changing this way. But yeah, I just want y'all to have an understanding that this is a safe space for y'all to be able to come to. And so I know it's nice. It's nice to be able to step away from your daily, cleaning up your house and washing clothes and what I'm saying, getting up and going to 9 to 5. It's good to be able to come into a space to where you can just type whatever. I know sometimes the moderators get y'all about your comments. It's not me. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. But the moderators will get you. So yeah, yeah. So the moderators gonna get you. But yeah, I wanted to be able to offer a space, a safe space for people to be able to come to, and y'all just be able to cut up and free yourself. And yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoy this live. We have a lot more story times. Um, I'll when I go to the therapist, I'm gonna let y'all know when I go. And I ain't gonna say I'm ashamed. I will say I'm kind of ashamed to say that I have to go, but as a man, you can't be a man. In my eyes, I'm not saying in nobody else's eyes, but in my eyes, you can't be a man and not be able to own up to what it is that you need to make yourself a better man. And I want my little cousin to learn that. I want the people generation after me to learn that. And in order for that to happen, somebody has to cut the curse. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do, cut these generational curses. So I really enjoyed y'all on this live tonight. Hopefully y'all enjoyed being here. It won't always be um it won't always be, that kind of like, thank you. My grandma loves you too. My grandma loves the camera. I didn't know that my grandma was ready for that camera. I knew my auntie, well, y'all saw my auntie, she cut up. She was so ready to do another. Is you coming down for Thanksgiving? Then my grandma, we need to record in my kitchen. They can feel what real cooking look like. I like, all right, bro. Like, I didn't know. Like, I honestly didn't know that they would be so enthusiastic to do this. Like, I really didn't know. Like, I didn't know. They were so ready to support me. They support me in anything. That's why they came down here. Like, they not gonna let a moment go by where we can talk on the phone all the time, and if we don't see each other but once a year, they not gonna let too long go by to where they not packing up their stuff and they coming. Like, they coming to make sure I'm good and they gonna make sure I'm all right. Like I can say I'm all right all day, but they have to physically touch me to, to know. Even though I'm in the age that I am, like they have to, know that, is you good? Is everything good? So that's just what it is. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. I plan on it. I do definitely plan on it. I just feel like, everything happens when it's supposed to. I ain't in no rush, you know what I'm saying? Logan, that's enough. That motherfucker, oh, Jesus, that's enough. That's enough. That is enough. Logan is enough. But if it happened, what I'm saying, I'll slip up one. I ain't gonna say slip up. That sounds bad. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like if it happened, I'm just gonna, like my cousin that y'all saw on here. Like I taught him how to feed himself, change his pamper. Took his first steps with me. I think it was his first. I don't know. Might not have been. You never really know with kids because you're not always around. And when you have cameras, room cameras, so he could have been done it. But yeah, I was there for that. And it was just so ironic that as old as he is now, I still see him as that little boy sitting in the high chair, me trying to teach him how to hold his fork and spoon and stuff like that. So no, no. Was it his birthday? Yeah, it was. It was his birthday. It was his birthday. It was his birthday. It was his birthday. So he's getting older. So am I. So am I. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, man. You see him? Yeah, yeah. He was on the seafood boil. Yeah, it's kind of um. Oh man, it's just like that guy is really as old as he is, and I really am as old as I am, and life is moving forward and it will not go back, and that's just what it is, and so on and so forth. But I just still see him as a baby, and he hates it. But I can't mentally see him growing the way that he's growing, and yeah, yeah. Yeah, life goes on. It does. But yeah, yeah. Excuse me. Cheers to this live. It was a great live. And I appreciate y'all for allowing me to be me and allowing me to feel comfortable in the space, allowing me and helping me become a better person. Because ultimately, I feel like, what I'm saying, I might not saying want to become a better person, but I'm good at putting stuff. He said, "No, you don't. No, you do not." It's a little nightcap. You know what I'm saying? It's a little nightcap. Mm-mm. You don't want to see this room. Nah. You don't want to see this room. I can't wait till I can afford a maid. Nah, it ain't dirty. It's just, I mean, my um, clearly my green screen in here. So it's a nice size room, but you know, yeah, I need a maid. I definitely need a maid. Phew, I need a maid. I do. I ain't gonna say a maid, but maybe like a yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, gotta be some. um, I, just like what I always wanted. You said maybe a wife. Dude, is that what a wife does? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know exactly what a wife does. Like I'm saying, my grandma, she clipped my granddaddy toenails, shaved his beard, she cut his hair every single day, breakfast in the morning, dinner at night. I don't care how many jobs she had, iron his clothes, wash his clothes. Um, and as soon as she was done ironing his clothes and washing his clothes and shaving them up and cutting his hair, clipping his toenails, clipping his nails, and making sure his pants was took to the cleaners and socks folded and room clean, he'd leave and go to his other woman. And so yeah. It's not funny, but that's what it was. That was the reality of it. And she knew. And yeah, yeah. He's actually they actually are together full time now, actually. Um, yeah, but she knew. She knew. She took him from my real grandma. She knew. She always knew. So it was no big secret. But that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand. It was that's just what it was. Like that's just what it was. I don't know if it's a Mississippi thing or what, or just a men in my family thing. Um, I don't know, but they always had a woman. Always had a woman at home. It was always a woman at home. It was always. But when we left the house, it was always another woman. It was always somebody else. It was always. And I think it's unfortunate because I ain't gonna say unfortunate, but unfortunately for me, yeah. Unfortunately for me, that's what I had to grow up. Now y'all understand? Now do y'all get it? Hopefully y'all get it now. That's what I grew up seeing. That's and he wasn't disrespectful. None of the men in my family were ever disrespectful towards their wives or women at home. Um, as far as other than the marriage, back and forth, cussing and fussing and all them kind of things, it was never disrespectful. Never laid a hand, nothing like that. Um, there was just always another woman. It wasn't that they wasn't. I don't know if it when they weren't happy. I don't know. You know what mentally was in their mind, but I will say, the other woman always knew about the wife. So much so they would be at the little yard parties sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't uncommon, to have other women and still be married. And and clearly they loved them because they came home, all the time. Clearly they loved them. Clearly there was some type of love there, but that's just what I had to witness, like, growing up. Like, you know, we knew when granddaddy was leaving, he was going to deer camp, you know what I'm saying? Because me and my little cousin, well, he's actually my uncle. I call him my little cousin. He's my uncle, my granddad's, youngest child. But we used to sometimes go steal what we called his whole bag. Is what we called it, which was a suitcase that my grandma packed for him and for him to leave in his truck with clean drawers, clean clothes, and clean stuff and soap and stuff like that, cologne, and he kept it in his truck. And whenever he left, his whole bag was in the truck. So when we wanted to go somewhere and we say, Granddaddy, take us somewhere and, let's spend some time together and do this. Not that he never spent time with us, but we wanted it specifically on that time. We would go in the truck and steal his whole bag. And so when he left, he didn't have no clean clothes and he didn't have no clean drawers. You know what I'm saying? Cause we knew where he was going. You know what I'm saying? So little small snippet of my life. But yeah, I mean, it was everybody's upbringing is different, but I would say unfortunately I had to grow up, you know, witnessing the men in my family have multiple women and they knew how to live with having multiple women. And, the multiple women, my granddaddy, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Um, it was never a time in a position to where they were going to attest anything that he said or did. You know what I'm saying? Like there was never a time when they were going to go against anything. You know what I'm saying? They not calling and blowing up the wife phone. The wife not calling and blowing up the side. Peace phone. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't gonna happen because in their eyes, as crazy as it sounds, in their eyes, that would be them disrespecting him, as crazy as it sounds. So hopefully I'm giving y'all a little understanding. So now, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm giving y'all a little understanding. Um, but yeah, that's just what I grew up to. That's what I grew up to. And everybody grows up different. Everybody's outcome is different. Everybody's mental and thought pattern is different. Some people is wrong. Some people, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all they know. And yeah, I like to have fun. I do. So um yeah. So that's just what it is. And, you know, it's just what it is. Like they didn't never mistreat any of them. They were never they were never no, I wouldn't call it being a cheater. They were never misleading anyone. Like they never misled anyone about anything. Like there was never a moment of them not telling the truth as far as what it was that they was doing. Everybody knew what was going on. There was an understanding on all ends. You know what I'm saying? There was never a moment like, oh, I'm finna go lay up and I ain't finna tell excuse me, I ain't finna tell them about my wife, or I ain't finna tell them about my side people, tell my wife I'm going, no. There was never a moment of, not knowing. Like there was never a moment of misleading. There was never a moment of lying. There was never a moment. So it was always justified. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it was. Like nobody there was never a plan of hearts, should I say. Like there was never a time to where, I'm just gonna play this person, and when I'm done, I'm gonna throw them to the side. Like every person in that situation was an adult and had an adult mind to walk away from the situation. I'm just gonna say that. At any time, any one of those adults, adult men and women, could have walked away from that situation. However, they knew who he was and they knew what he was about. And I ain't just talking about my granddaddy. I'm just talking about all the men. Yeah, that's how it was back then. Like, but y'all understand, I was raised by grandparents. I wasn't raised by the men after that generation. I was raised by grandparents. Like my grandma, or my step grandma, should I say, took my granddaddy from my actual real grandma, the one that y'all saw in the video. That's my real grandma. That's my mama's mama. But the woman that raised me was my granddaddy's wife. Well, I mean, it was kind of back and forth. She raised me too. I will say that. Because it was just, it was like we was kind of home to home. It's just what it was. Everybody helped take care of us until we was old enough to take care of ourselves. It's just what it was. So nobody played more of a role than anybody else. But yeah, um, that's just was their thought pattern. Like he said back in the day, that's just how they thought. And like I say, everybody was adults. Nobody was being misled. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, that's just what it was. So that's just what I witnessed growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I witnessed being around all these different women, and going back to the main one, and they would cuss about it, they would fuss about it, but at the same time, and your damn dinner is on the damn table, and I ironed your damn clothes since you want to lay up with da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? It was always that, but he finna go get in the shower and get in the bed with you. You know. It's just, everybody grew up different. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know how they live like that. I'm not saying that I'm willing to live that way. I will say some aspects of it I did take on a little bit. I will say some aspects of it. I mean, 'cause that's just what I saw. Like that's just what I saw. Like I know how to deal with it. If I was to be that kind of person, which I am not. Um, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, but you know, um, you know, if I was to, you know, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, I'm gonna be upfront about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I want out of it. And you know, if you fucking with it, fuck with me. If not, you know, let's just chill this one time. And I'm just playing, 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 I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But yeah. Anyway, uh, I don't even know how I got on that, but yeah, like I said that earlier. I said that earlier. Somebody has to. Somebody. I mean, everybody's thought pattern and likes and dislikes is different. Everybody's likes and dislikes is different. You know, you'd be surprised. You know, what some people are okay with, and you know, you'll be surprised. Everybody's different. Everybody different. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am. I am. I really am. You can't tell his innocent face. Yes, I am. You know, but yeah, everybody different. Everybody different. And there's somebody out there for everybody. I learned that. There's somebody out there for everybody. If you think, damn it, my phone about to die. I'm gonna see y'all later.